Greetings and Happy New Year, everybody. So today's video, I want to show a concept, idea that I had. It's for an AR-based bullpup. I really want one. Nobody makes one that I really like. And so what I decided to do is just do concept art of one that I would like if I ever had one built. So my idea is this. It's very simple. It has an dedicated lower, and that lower would be able to either be an AR-10 or AR-15, depending on how you want to configure it. It has a mag insert that you can see down at the bottom. What I would allow you to do is swap out either the 308 mags, or you can use a 5.56 mags, and it will have like a pin on it. So that little piece, you see a little bar at the bottom, that's just simply to hold the mag well in. And it would just unpin, a lot like the way that the trigger works. If you look at the trigger guard in the AR-15, you can pop out that pin. And that way, if you have gloves on, you can stick your finger in pretty comfortably. Same idea, same concept. That way, you could either have 308 or 5.56. The beauty of using the AR this way is that you have so many different varieties of uppers to choose from. So if you want an AR-10, you can have the AR-10. If you want to have the belt-fed variant, you can have that because there's one on the market. There's a belt-fed upper. If you wanted to have, for instance, the 50 cal upper, you can have that. I'm not just talking about the 50 cal Beowulf. I'm talking about the 50 cal BMG as well. Obviously, the BMG is a bolt action only and loads from the side. It does not load from the magazine, obviously, because 50 caliber BMG is too big. But you get my point. It will open up different options for you to be able to use it. And that's just the kind of concept that I had, an idea of it. This would not be made out of plastic. It would be made out of stamped steel sheet metal. So really the only components that you really would have to have would be the lower, and then you would have the hand guard that you can see that has the built-in trigger guard, right? That's all stamped sheet metal. The reason for that is it will make it easier and cheaper to manufacture. If you make it out of plastic can be good, but your tooling is expensive. You gotta do a lot of different stuff to tool from it. And I know you could 3D print it, but that's even still a lot of learning curve when you could just get a shape, stamp it out of steel, and then you're done. Weld it together. Something you may not be able to see from the drawings that I have. This has the pistons and the springs and everything in the butt, just like a normal AR. It's just obscured from that little plate. It's basically like a little cheek rest over that. So the idea would be you can remove that to have access from the outside of the piston if for whatever reason you needed to change it out. But this would be just like a regular, ordinary AR lower. The only difference is it has different shims in it where you can allow different, it will allow you to have different components. You can mix and match however you want it. I think something like this on the market would be good. Right now, I don't have the ability to manufacture anything like this, so it's just a concept. I do have a FFL, so I can make one-off models, but right now, this is too expensive to be worrying about trying to manufacture something for one-off use. But if I get enough subscribers, I may visit making something like this or tackling a project like this in the future. But it's just a concept. The other thing that I was wondering about this is that if I talk to people now about developing the idea, I can refine it. So if I ever did want to build something like this, a lot of the trial and error and other snag falls I would run into have already been worked out. So if you got any ideas on how to make a concept like this better, let me know. And I'll take whatever help I can get with this. As I said before, I do like the AR platform. And to me, this kind of more closely envision what Eugene Stoner would have made, because some of his designs were quite revolutionary, and a lot of them, they had a lot of parts you can interchange or make one rifle into like a light machine gun. I like that idea. So if I could have something like that in a bullpup, I would love it, but for whatever reason, it's just so difficult to get the American manufacturers to make a bullpup. And I don't know why, because if I owned a firearms manufacturing company, I would have built this yesterday. And even if we're not even talking about the civilian application, even for military applications, something like this to me would suit the military far better than something like the M5 that's out, because it's already a bunch of different parts you already have. You wouldn't have to retool to add some newfangled rifle with a new cartridge when you could just use 308 or 5.56. Either one of them would work. If you needed a light machine gun, you have that. You have to buy that from the civilian market. There's not, as far as I know, a belt-fed variant of a AR in service now, but it could be. I might be wrong. I don't know. But that's just my idea. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for looking at my videos. I'm so happy that I've gotten the subscribers that I have. Please subscribe to my channel.